Hello everyone, it's Andy Glen here from Sharks TV, and I'm delighted, absolutely delighted, to announce Sharks' final signing for the season. It's only Mason Alderson-Biddulph. Mason, how you doing, man?
Not too bad, not too bad. Excited to, be a Shark and be on Sharks TV, to be honest. How are you doing, boss?
Well, Sharks TV is the pinnacle of anybody's career. I get that. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. I think a few Sharks will maybe know you from your international career. Notice the Team GB t-shirt on there. But for those who maybe don't know you, can you maybe tell everybody about your career to date, how you've progressed to where you're at?
Sort of grew up playing in the south, bounced around from like Romford, Chelmsford, Guildford, Slough growing up. And then once I turned 15, I went over to America, started playing Tier 2 juniors, and then kind of did a backwards route, then went to prep school after I played juniors, and then went back to juniors after prep school. But sort of been battling a couple injuries past couple of years, had surgery and that, but then got a scholarship to go to university, just did my first year out there. And just looking to start a pro career, to be honest.
Absolutely. How was it in America from such an early age?
Um, Honestly, the only thing I can compare it to is like watching movies as a kid. It's the same thing. Like you got the big yellow buses, you got the lunch ladies. Like it's a cool feeling. It's definitely a cool feeling, a different type of culture. So I was happy to get away. I was happy to, you know, learn things about the culture, sort of immerse myself in that, and learn a new style of hockey. Like it's a lot different. It's a fast flowing game. It's more crash and bang, less skill, less finesse. So I think it was really good for me to add that to my toolbox and sort of like grow up and mature as a player and a young man over there.
Absolutely. It sounds really interesting, and we surely we'll talk about that when we've got more time throughout the season. But you did allude there that you had was it a couple of injuries you had, or just the one?
I had my end of my junior year, so would have been my second season over there. I did a stage 2 sprain on my MCL, which was tough. I missed like the last 2 games of that season, and then the following year was COVID year, and it was kind of just after we found out that we weren't going to have GB in January. I I tore my Achilles, which was a major setback, and I didn't really think I was going to come back from it. And I thought that was kind of me done and dusted with hockey. But you know, I think you realize when the game gets taken away from you how much you really love it in the end. And a piece of me just wasn't okay with putting that to bed. So I got back on the bike and played juniors rest of the season, got the college commit, and no.
Was rehab quite difficult for you, or was it because you had that goal in your mind that it was just going to happen?
Yeah, it was like I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. Like it was very strenuous, long hours, a lot of patience. Um, and it was a long road to recovery. Like it was 6 months to be skating again, 1 year to be fully recovered again and feeling like myself. So it it was a really big setback being such a high impact player that I was. Fast moving, crashing bodies, throwing weight about. It was tough to like sort of mold my game into something else and know that I can't do that just this yet and sort of like work on different areas of my game. But I'd say in a way, like when you're handicapped like that, like it forces you to work on your weaknesses more. So I definitely think I'm more in tune with my game and a lot more in tune with my body, and I'm in a lot better shape. I've lost a lot of weight, which is really good for me. So yeah, no, feeling better than ever, to be honest.
So you're 100% fit and looking to start your pro career with the Sharks.
Definitely, yeah. Looking to start with a bang. I've been, doing my due diligence, looking you guys up. What a season, what a past couple seasons you lot have had, and Grubber spearheading it. Like he was one of my GB coaches, favorite one, if that. And yeah, a lot of the boys, a lot of familiar faces. I'm just looking forward to getting up there.
Yeah, well, yeah, wasn't it bad last season? Won everything, and
Yeah,
on being at home in 3 years, you're aware of that. That's a cracking stat. I mean, that's just unheard of, isn't it?
definitely. No, it's not. It's not bad to have on your name. Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
not bad at
absolutely.
all.
So you played with Martin. You played with Martin twice. You played with him. under 18 Hungary and under 20 Lithuania, am I right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And what do you think of Martin?
No nonsense. You know, black and white, no grey area, straightforward, systematic, and you know, he understands that you have a bunch of different characters in the team. Yes, we're all going to gel under one roof, but you know, you can't coach the same person the same way you coach another guy, the same way you coach another guy. He understands that you have to approach guys differently to get the best out of players. And that's why I've always had a really good business relationship with him on and off the ice. Like, it's always been a pleasure to, you know, have him as my coach and to play for him. I'd run for a brick wall for him. I mean, that's part of the reason why we're sitting here today on Sharks TV. So can't really say too much about that.
Absolutely. I think he obviously respects you. He made you captain for the under 18 team, is that right?
He did indeed after our big promotion year, and you know that was something that's going to stick with me the rest of my life. And it was nice to have that because I got that over my old man. So it was nice to take that back to him and tell him that he never did that, and I did. But definitely a pleasure though. Like, definitely a pleasure playing for Grubber there.
And that was that you were a real trailblazer there. You became the first black captain of a GB team, which is quite a milestone, isn't it?
Definitely was. Definitely was. No, it was nice. I mean, it's refreshing. The sport's growing a lot. Like, you know, we're only getting better, and you're seeing more minorities come through. Like, it's good. But yeah, no, it was really a surreal feeling for me, and to share that with like the group of lads that I've grown up with, basically playing, you know, was a beautiful thing. And just so happens, a couple kids that I played against in that tournament, I ended up at the same university with this past year. So it's kind of a
Yeah.
small world. Yeah, yeah.
And you've played with a couple of Sharks there as well, I'm guessing. Who was it that you played with at both those tournaments?
Oh, definitely Stent, Louis Houston. Not too sure. I was definitely those boys. Definitely those boys.
And my extensive research into you, Mason, that's who I came up with as the two that you would have played. So, have you played in Dumfries before?
Yeah, I think it was my second year of GB16. We had a little like maybe like Four Nations thing up there against like Belgium and Spain and that. And that was a really, really good feeling. That was a really good atmosphere. You know, first time pulling on a GB shirt, or second time maybe, but it was nice to be in front of a home crowd. And like, the Scots are kind of like Londoners, like you can hear them from anywhere. So it was nice to definitely be in an atmosphere. And yeah, no, I loved it. It was great.
Fantastic. You kind of said earlier on in the interview you developed some of the things, some other skills when you're coming back through rehab. What is it that Sharks fans will see? What's your style of hockey?
Um, I think since my youth days, like I've always been quite a high impact player. Like, that's something that, you know, I've been able to get back. Like, is that edge that I have, physically, mentally, you know, whatever that may be over my opponents. But I'd say I definitely bring a two way end to the game. 200-foot guy or 100-foot guy, but no, I feel like I'm a lot more creative these days and sort of reading plays a lot better and understanding systems, but also just making guys better around me and just being a sponge. Like, I feel like you can always be learning. And, you know, with obviously some of the signings you guys got, like, I'm really excited to get on the ice with some guys and, you know, being as young as I am, just be a sponge and learn, you know, what it's like to be a pro day in, day out sort of thing.
Well, you're the final signing of the Sharks this season, and when we look at the team on paper, it's just so exciting for us fans to be we're just salivating waiting to watch you guys play. So, we're looking forward to that. What are you looking forward to most about coming to Scotland, living in Scotland, and playing for the Sharks?
Um, Definitely being in the Shark Tank. I just love the whole idea of it. I think it's wicked. Um, Playing for Grubber again, definitely looking forward to that. Seeing the old boys, but you know, there's a lot of opportunity going on in Dumfries, and I think that's great. I mean, I think there's a lot of opportunity to prove a lot of people wrong in the league. You know, just because you're a new team coming in doesn't mean that you ain't got anything to fight for. Do you know what I mean? So, I think it's a great opportunity all around for everyone, and I'm just really excited to get up there, get in front of the fans, and put on a show.
Fantastic. We can't wait. Last question, or last point. Any messages for the fans that are going to be coming along to see you?
Get ready to jump out of your seats. It's going to be exciting stuff. Going to see some creativity, definitely.
Brilliant. Love it. Listen, thanks so much, Mason, for taking the time to chat with me this evening. We can't wait to welcome you to Scotland and to Dumfries. And it's great to have you in the Shark Tank.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me, and looking forward to getting up there.